Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Nolan, or the Optimistic Gamer here, and welcome back to Crafted Chaos. We have a pretty exciting episode today because we are going to be building our first quarry. This will not be our most impressive quarry that we will have in this series, but it will definitely be enough to get us started and get our resources produced a little bit faster. So for this, I know we briefly looked at the resources that we need for it in the last episode. Right up here, the solid fuel quarry, we need 3 furnaces and 3 redstone torches. Those are both very easy to get. We may even have redstone already. We also need a block of gold, a little bit more expensive, but definitely attainable. And then 2 diamond pickaxes. I have 3 diamonds already from mining out other ores. I think it was coal, but it may have been other blocks as well. So we just need 3 more diamonds. Look at that. We already have enough gold for the gold block, and then we just need some redstone, which we may not actually have. It doesn't appear like we do, so we will need to keep an eye out for some redstone, unless of course I have some in the backpack, which I do not. So we will need to get a little bit of redstone and a few more diamonds. But if we head down to the depths of the world, it shouldn't be that difficult to acquire those resources. The other thing I would like to do today is stay on top of our potatoes and crops over here. We have a bunch of eggs that we can throw. Hopefully we will spawn a chicken or 2. And then of course the pigs that are up on the hill somewhere over here. And the potatoes that we have, we will use those as our primary source of food early in the game. For now, I need to make my way down to the lower caves, and we will start our search for a few more diamonds and some redstone. And right away we already have something interesting down here. It looks like we have a mushroom, and it looks like we are getting those resources just from mining stone. I was trying to figure out from the last episode where those resources were coming from. Also, I didn't do much mining. In fact, I didn't do any mining off camera since the last episode, even though I said I was going to, so we are a little bit behind, but that's okay. We will get caught right back up. But I'm thinking maybe if I mine enough stone, we will see if I can get 3 diamonds out of it. Probably not likely though, but I just want to see how long it takes to get 1, and then we will go from there. Well, I mined out roughly a stack of stone and didn't get it, so I think we will just try the natural way. But we have a mushroom down here, and I think this cave is going to pay off for us. It looks quite large. We seem to have a whole underground mushroom biome down here, which is kind of interesting. Let me double check my armor. The helmet is kind of depleting quickly. We don't have boots, but we have a chest plate and leggings, so I think we will be okay. Just to kind of duck in here and see if we can spot anything. I see some red ore, not sure if that's redstone or something else. I'm not seeing any diamonds right away. And of course, this is 1.20.1, so diamonds aren't nearly as common. I do need to update the pack, but the diamond generation in 1.20.1, as you may or may not know, diamonds were a little bit more rare to generate exposed to air as opposed to 1.20.2. But we have a lot of mobs down here. I don't know if we want to drop in, maybe if we had a bow, which we do. Although I'm not sure how many arrows we have. We have 16 spectral arrows. I suppose we could take our chances. Or how about a more fun approach to all of this? We will gather these mobs right below us, and we will go ahead and, not do that. Not hold shift and light the TNT. Just light that and watch all of the mobs go kaboom. I need to make sure I don't die here. And that did take care of all the mobs, but we have another wave of mobs coming in, and a skeleton who is a sharp shot, so we will step away from there. Again, not seeing any diamonds. We'll head back up this way and see if we can work our way down. I'm still kind of curious, though, about whether coal, maybe that diamond did come from the coal. Because we just got an emerald from it. I was just about to say, I'm curious whether that diamond came from the coal that we mined and not the stone. so maybe I just need to mine a little bit more coal. We can also revisit that meteor site that we came across and test our chances with all of the coal that has generated there. Alright, we'll test out our withering bow. And it is working. It did give the creeper the withering effect, it just works a little slower than I had hoped. But we are in the depths of the cave now, so I'm gonna place down torches, but also be very careful because we never know what might happen. And we have just awoken another one of those creatures, and I don't know where he is. Normally it puts that little outline around them. I think we will be safe to continue. And I'm trying to remember if I have a gravestone mod or not. I hope I do, because I feel like that would be very useful to us. Hopefully we don't ever find out though. That is the ultimate goal. Here's some more coal, and look at that. There we go, a diamond. Alright. So yes, coal is the way to go for getting diamonds. So I think we may just head right over to the meteor strike. Let me go to our map here. It's not too far from us, so I think we will head that way. I'm actually going to set a waypoint there real quick. And we will have to revisit this cave when we are a little more well equipped to do so. Although I did just realize I forgot to check for redstone, so we will have to continue our search for that. And we have returned to the meteor strike site, so I will start mining away at all of this coal and hopefully get a few more diamonds before too long. Well, maybe I was just getting lucky before, but I've mined out almost all of the coal around this meteor and still haven't gotten any more diamonds from it. So hopefully my luck starts to change before too long, because I don't know where else we're going to find this much coal in a single spot. Well, I think that's all of the coal, and I scored a whopping 0 diamonds from all of it, so we are going to head back and figure out something else. On the upside, however, we do have plenty of coal now, so once we get our quarry actually going, we will be able to run it hopefully for quite some time. It looks like we have a lot less mobs down here now, so I think we will take advantage of that fact. And of course I will still be sure to light everything up around here. And then we can check out what that ore is. I'm hoping it's redstone, but we will see what it turns out to be. We have some lead over there. Of course, let me take care of this zombie and then we will slow down a little bit. So up here we have some zinc, more zinc, iron, nickel, tin, and then of course some yellowite, gold, iron, all of that. Right here, resonating ore. That is not redstone, but I could be wrong, but there might be something that we can do with that to maybe create redstone. And we have a spider spawner right over here with a chest underneath it. Okay, that could actually be promising for us. And I am down to my last torch, and I need to eat some food real quick with all of these creepers hot on my tail. Let's fend some of them off. Alright, I got all of those zombies taken care of. I did place down our last torch, but that's okay. I think we got a pretty good majority of this cave lit up, at least in the near area. So I want to check out this chest. The only problem is it's going to require us to break the spawner. Yeah, it'll require us to break the spawner. So I think we may go up and make a piston so that we can push that chest and then get the contents out of it. And then right over here we have some kind of XP-drified ore. I'm assuming it's going to give us a ton of XP when we mine it, so let me check this out. Oh, no, it just gives us some kind of orb. Oh, well, yeah, that would make sense, wouldn't it? We have a little bit more here. Again, these are all resources that we will come back to and mine later on. For now, we are still focused on the redstone and diamond goal. And I cannot mine that resonating ore yet, so we will step away from that. More resonating ore down there. Not spying any redstone or diamonds yet. We have a zombie. He dropped his pickaxe. Ooh, an earthbreaker. I actually have heard of this tool before. It is really convenient, but we will use that later on. I'm skeptical to jump down here. We will come back to that spot in just a moment. For now, let me run back up to the house, and there's some redstone. Okay, and a skeleton. Hello. Alright, we will grab this redstone, and did I just hear a baby zombie? I did, okay. I thought so. Alright, I just need to get this redstone and get out. We've actually dug into another aquifer in here. Let me see if there are any diamonds. Of course, I want to be able to breathe at the top, which I can. Perfect. Not seeing any diamonds, but I did spy... Okay, I thought those were axolotls. They are not. Alright, I realized it would probably be a little bit easier to just extract these items with a hopper, so that's what we are going to do instead. And as that runs, I will fend off some more of these zombies, and then we will see what loot we get out of that chest. It's also very useful to know that we have a spider spawner almost directly under our base here. We will be able to use that for sure. Alright, let's see if we have any diamonds from this loot chest, hopefully, and it doesn't look like we do. Just some basic loot overall, but that is okay. We will continue our search. And we have a zombie with a trident right in here. Let me see. He is very powerful. I have to run away. We got him down to low health, though, before he actually started throwing those tridents. And there he is, one more hit, and he dropped it. Awesome. I want to make sure that we pick that up, especially before any other zombie or any mob picks it up. So I will return to mining coal in search of a diamond. So we do have some deep slate layers down in this direction. I will duck in here and see if we find anything. You know, we got those first 3 diamonds so easily, and now these, or the first 4 I should say, and now these last couple that we are after are taking a lot longer. But it is the exact reason why I would like to get that quarry, so that we can spend our time doing other things. Alright, so I just came across another spawner. This one is a zombie spawner, and my sword just broke. So we will check out the items in this spawner now and see if, hopefully again, we get some diamonds out of here. I've been looking around for quite a bit more time, and our hopper is back at the other one still. I've been looking around, well, why didn't I think of this before? There we go. Alright, we have a diamond. Let me pick that up before we lose out on that. And then a Curse of Vanishing book. I don't think we need that. And then I will go through these items kind of through this chest. I do have my backpack, so I can throw some things into there. But just to kind of clean out my inventory, I'll go through some of these as well. So now we just have one more diamond to go, and then we will finally have enough to make that quarry. We are getting really deep into the world now, so hopefully we should start finding some better loot. Uranium, yes, that will be useful in many episodes from now. I've run out of torches. I saw a creeper somewhere up above behind me. I just don't... Whoa! Oh, that completely startled me, and I don't know what this thing is. Oh, we trade with it. Holy cow, that completely startled me. I thought that was hostile. Now I feel bad for hitting it. Oh, and it even eats. Okay. And here comes a zombie. I will take this out. And then I need to make more torches. Alright, I'll get these placed down, and then I want to have a look at some of those trades. And I know it's too good to be true. That is definitely not a stronghold, but I did just spot some stone bricks over in that wall, so I will have to check that out as soon as I can get out of this little dilemma that we are in. I want to go back to this goblin. Rosalba. And 32 cobble. Dang, these are some good trades actually. So we have that. We have gravel for flint. 8 apples for an emerald. Not bad. We can even buy music discs. 1 raw iron for 2 iron ingots. That is a really good deal. But we don't have any of that on us, and Rosalba is not going to help us with anything that we need in the short term. So we will just leave whatever that was, the goblin. We will leave it be. All right. What is this? Reverend Elliot the Scary. We have some kind of dungeon in here. And it appears to be some kind of stray. It says it's an uncommon boss. And we are just going to take him out. There we go. All right. He wasn't so strong. We got an advancement for it. And we have some chests in here. Now, I'm pretty excited to find out what we have. Because 2 chests guarded by a boss could mean good things for us. Let's see if we have any diamonds. Nothing in here, although we have some interesting looking loot. And no diamonds in here either. Shoot. Well, not exactly how I wanted that to go. But we do have an iron helmet. I will throw that on for sure. And we will see if any of these are useful to us. We have a lot of pneumatic craft stuff in here. We have some rope from Farmer's Delight. I'll take the redstone, that's always useful to us, and then I will actually take these seeds as well. I'm not really sure what the rest of this stuff is. I'm going to go ahead and screenshot this dungeon just so that we have it, and I will come back for that loot at another time. And I'm not really sure where we got these 2 extra hearts from, but I'm not complaining one bit. Oh, it's from our iron helmet, I think. I could be wrong. Alright, we have another dungeon right in here, and this one, we have a zombie, and still no diamonds in here. We'll go ahead and take them out just because we are in a great position to do so. There we go. Alright, another zombie, or another boss taken out. Let's see what else we have. We do have a chest plate from him. How is this? +6 armor, +6. I suppose we could throw that on. We'll just see how it does at protecting us, and we can always switch back if we need to. And then we have another boss right here. Again, I will just kind of run away. He seems to be a little bit faster than the last one. And a little more protected with more health. But as long as we get into a prime position and get a good angle, it is not an issue for us. Alright, let's see what loot we got this time. We have a efficiency 3 iron pickaxe with some kind of socketed enchantment. Not sure what that is. And a chipped gem of the samurai. We will hang on to that as well. Still no diamonds in here. We have another boss right above us. I'm not even going to worry about that one because I'm convinced that we will still not find any diamonds. And I feel like we have some kind of jump boost right now, but I'm not sure. I feel like we're moving a little quicker, a little higher. Alright, here we go with another boss. Let's see who it is this time. Pat the Questionable. We can take him. They definitely hit hard though if you get too close. Alright, there we go. And another helmet here. Let's see what it is. Aqua Affinity, that's a pretty good helmet. We will throw that on for sure. Okay, we have Diamond Horse Armor, which actually is tempting because we might be able to crush that, and thank goodness we actually just found a second backpack. That is just what I needed right now. So we now have a compressed iron chest plate, which I'm assuming is a little bit better. Ah, see, minus 15% gravity. I'm assuming that makes us jump a little higher. I'm going to take this diamond horse armor because we might be able to crush that down. We actually already have pumpkin seeds. I'll take that name tag. But we should be able to crush that down into raw diamond. Let me see. Well, it doesn't look like we can, unfortunately, so I guess we will just hang on to it. And at last, we finally have some diamonds. All right. One, probably just one, because why would there be more? Oh, wait. Okay, here we go. 2. All right. Is it just going to be 2? I think so. I would like to get Silk Touch as soon as possible because there are some machines that allow us to get 3 or even more diamonds out of that 1 diamond ore. But we will focus on that a little bit later. For now, I just need to figure out how to get out of this cave right after we check out one more spawner. And that one was mostly gold and another diamond, maybe? I'm trying to remember if we already had that one. Yeah, another diamond. All right, so we now have a surplus. Excellent. Depending on what mob this is, I may or may not fight it. And it's a skeleton. Yeah, we are not going to fight it. We're just going to run and get out of here and head back to the surface. And we have made it back to the surface, so I will go ahead and craft everything that we need. So we will need the 2 diamond pickaxes. I think we have 3 of the diamonds in that backpack and nothing in here. And then of course the sticks for those, which we will just make real quick. So 2 diamond pickaxes and then the block of gold. And what else did we need? It was that, the 2 pickaxes, the redstone torches. And I'm trying to remember the last thing without having to cheat and look, although it's not really cheating. Of course, with it being solid fuel, it was the 3 furnaces. And with that, we get our solid fuel quarry, so now we can figure out how we use this thing. So I've placed it down, and I actually have worked with some of these quarries in the past. If we make some landmarks, I think, or markers, what are they called? Markers. Okay, marker plus. If we just make some of these, then we can make this region a little bit bigger. We will also need some pipes so that when this starts to dig out this, it's not just going to spit out the items, and then it should make that drill and go all the way down to bedrock. Although I'm not really sure how we make an item pipe for this. I didn't see anything. I will set this up in the ocean just so that we A, have a water source to extinguish any lava pools that we may come across, but B, also so that we can have it nice and close without having a giant ugly pit right outside of our house. So I will need to get that set up. Again though, I didn't see any pipe that we can put into this. I will check again, although we do have what appears to be both input and output. There's no block configuration though, so I'm a little confused. Okay, I've discovered the basic logistical pipe, which will hopefully work. This is made with steel ingots and a basic control circuit. For the basic control circuit, we will just need some enriched redstone, which is redstone dust, and then osmium, which I also grabbed down in the cave. We will make a metallurgic infuser, which isn't that difficult to create, and the steel, we just put iron in a blast furnace, and that will give us steel. So I will do all of that real quick, and then meet you guys back here once I've done that. Alright, we just got the Industrial Revolution advancement for getting steel, and then we need the basic control circuit. Alright, and here's the metallurgic infuser. Now the only thing about this is it needs power. I'm not really sure how we are going to go about this. There is a device I know of. I don't know if it's in here though. It sure is, the wind generator. This might be a little difficult to make, considering the fact that we have to put stuff through the metallurgic infuser to get that. So I will do some quick research and figure out how we will power this contraption. I think we will just check out this coal generator that should be simple enough to create. We just need some iron sheets, so I'm going to make a hammer real quick. And we will need 6 of those iron sheets for this generator. Furnace in the middle, sheets on the side, iron ingots top and bottom. That gives us the coal generator. Hopefully this generates Fe, which is what I need to power this metallurgic infuser. We will see how this goes. And it does generate Fe, perfect. All right, so we should just put coal in here, and that will generate the Fe, hopefully, that we need. And yes, okay, it is charging up, so that is taken care of. Good to know. So all we have left to do is just put some redstone dust on this side, osmium here in the middle, and that will give us the last component for the item transport pipe. And we will see if this goes. I'm trying to figure out why it hasn't started yet. Oh, there we go. Okay, I guess we needed 2 pieces of redstone in there. And there we go. There's our basic control circuit. I will take that coal out of here since we don't really need to generate any more energy right there. And with this, we can create our item transport pipe, which will hopefully be compatible with our quarry. So let's go ahead and relocate this. We will just kind of build a small platform out over the ocean right here, out of the way. And then when we place this down, there we go, that will drill right into the ocean here. When we put coal in, it should start to fuel and build, and it does look like these item pipes will be compatible with this quarry. So now we can just run these over to a collection of chests. And if we place a chest right here on the bottom, we can open it up. The pipes are all connected. Let's throw some coal in here and see what happens. And the quarry itself is now building. I'll actually step over onto our balcony here. And as soon as this frame is in place, it is just about finished, it should start drilling. And we should be in business with our quarry, and it looks like we are. The items, I think, okay, it's making its way down there. Let me take out the skeleton real quick, or I guess the fire will do it for us. And before long, we should start to see these items coming through this pipe. And there they are. There's the gravel and the flint that we will get first, and it will go layer by layer all the way down to bedrock. So I'm gonna need to get a bunch more chests and stay on top of this, but that is where we are going to end this episode of Crafted Chaos. Look at me in this fancy compressed iron gear. How about that? With the arrow sticking out of our arm. But I really hope you enjoyed today's episode of Crafted Chaos. I know it was a little chaotic all over the place with trying to find those diamonds, but as you can see behind me, it was well worth it. If you enjoyed today's video, definitely hit that thumbs up button and make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on daily content as soon as I publish it. Check the description for some more important information, links, how to contact me, all of that good stuff. And with all of that being said, comment, like, subscribe, remember to stay optimistic, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye.